And that is, I will never be able to say thank you enough for that. Let's talk about being biracial. Being bi and multiracial can be very complex and very challenging because a lot of people are really uncomfortable with things combining in a way that doesn't make sense to them. And you get a lot of pressure put on you to pick a side and pick a thing and talk about your parts and all of this stuff. And so I'm going to share with you how I found my joy in being biracial. When I was growing up, my Bubby is Yiddish, a Jewish term for grandmother, lived with us, my mother's mother. And one of the best things about having her live with us was that I got to learn how to cook from her. And she taught me how to make chicken soup when I was like 4. And she would always have me, and I'd sit with her and she'd have me peel vegetables. And I was like, Bubby, why is there so much stuff? This is a lot. Why is it? And she said, because having a bunch of different stuff gives it flavor. This is what makes soup delicious. It wouldn't be delicious if it were just water and some carrots, right? And so the way that I came to claim my joy around being biracial is that that's what makes me delicious, right? It gives me extra flavor. And somewhere where she is watching over me, my Bubby is smiling. And I said this earlier today too. There is this vicious rumor that floats around in the world that racism will die when the older people are gone because it's the older people that are racist, right? When my parents brought me home, they did not think for one moment that anybody would have a problem with their brown baby girl. And everybody had a problem. Friends, family, strangers, neighbors, everybody had a problem. But not my Bubby. Not my Bubby. It is a choice. It's always a choice. Now, I was also born of 2 incredibly powerful tribes, right? I am Black and I am Jewish. And I get a double portion of the best of those tribes. Interestingly, very similar things, right? A belief in family and in tradition, celebration and mourning as a community. As a community, a profound understanding and ferocity around freedom because we know what it is to be enslaved, right? I get all of that times 2 because I am born of both of those tribes. And I get this skin and this hair. And I count that as an extra blessing too. But to be clear, it took me a very long time to be able to say all of these things. Because the world has told me repeatedly that I don't belong, and I wasn't made right, and I'm not welcome, and that there's a whole lot of things wrong with me. So it took a lot of work. I am almost 53 years old. It took a lot of work for me to be able to sit here with you and tell you what is so joyful about being me. So thank you for asking.
Thank you.